Bitcoin is breaking all-time highs as this digital gold rush continues to gain crazy momentum. If you're here now watching this, you're early. You've got a once-in-a-generation opportunity to be part of the biggest disruption the world has ever seen, to make life-changing money, and to be part of history. But you only have one chance, and so you need to make sure you invest in the right tokens and support the right communities. So today, I'm going to do something that I've never ever done before. I'm going to show you guys what's in my portfolio. And I'm going to show you guys the communities that I'm supporting. And guys, I've never done that before. I mean, I've never, the thought of showing my portfolio to you guys or to anyone has been quite daunting. And you'll see later why. I think you might be shocked at some of the tokens inside my portfolio. But I figure that by me showing you my portfolio, I'm actually doing you guys a big service, because not only am I going to show you my portfolio, but I'm going to show you why I picked each one of the tokens, whether I'm happy with them in my portfolio, what the plan is if I'm not happy, what I'm trying to do with my portfolio. So really, I'm showing you my entire investment strategy. So big show today. I guess you guys have to watch the show till the very end. Even Fred's here. Fred's sitting here on edge and he's saying, I want to see what's in your portfolio. Fred, switch off your earphones, because you don't want to hear. There's a lot of stuff in my portfolio that I'm not very proud of. In fact, you can't judge a man by what's in his portfolio. Let's agree on that before I reveal my portfolio to you guys. All right, so let's get into the formalities. If you're new, welcome to Crypto Banter. We are the most rewarding community in all the interwebs. We make our community more money than any other channel in all the interwebs. And no jokes, we do actually have the most loyal community in all the interwebs. YouTube, when you look at the numbers on YouTube and you realize the number of subscribers we have versus the number of views that we get every single day, you see that we have the highest views in the industry. And I think we're also the fastest growing channel in the industry. And that is, of course, thanks to you guys, because you guys are the community that supports us, the community that smashes those likes, smashes the subscribe, so that we can give back to you. And that's exactly what we're doing. We are giving back to you, the community, every single day. And one way we're doing it is the banter bags. You know this competition oh so well. $10,000 invested in pre-market gems, pre-market listings, the ones that generally people couldn't get into. We secured $10,000 of those allocations, and those $10,000 have started to come to market and they've started to grow. And this portfolio is exploding. I'm actually looking at my screen here. So the portfolio today, at today's prices, is about 400 grand. But today, we have Rocket Vault Finance launching in just a couple of minutes. So during the show, Rocket Vault Finance should launch. You know what else launches today? Do you remember that I spoke about 1000x gem, and I said that it's possibly one of the most exciting tokens that I've ever seen. And that the token's called Push. It is Ethereum push notification services. And what that protocol does is it provides a notification layer between the blockchain and apps, so that we can get notifications when things happen. So that's also launching today. Unfortunately, not part of the banter bags. I did try, guys. I really did. I begged. I sold my soul. I was willing to do anything, but the team just wouldn't give us a banter bags allocation. They were so oversubscribed. But look, we don't need it. I think the banter bags are going to be worth over $3 million. And all you need to do if you want to win the banter bags, it's so simple, guys. It's so simple. I said to you guys, if you want to make money, don't sit on your sofa. Now I'm telling you, if you want to make money, sit on your sofa and smash the like, subscribe, hit the bell button, and share this content. Why? Every time you like, every time you hit the bell button, every time that you share the content, in fact, sharing the content actually gives you 2 entries into the banter bags. So not only are you pumping your own bags, not only are you getting free, amazing, incredible content that we work so hard to produce for you guys every single day, but you also get a chance to win your share of $3 million. And now I have a dilemma, and I'll tell you what the dilemma is. We have 2 dilemmas. The first dilemma is, should we give the banter bags to 3 people, 10 people, or 100 people? You guys tell us. We will do what you say. We'll do community votes in the YouTube, on Twitter, and we will do what you say, because this should go out to the community. The next question that we have is, should we start selling the tokens and reinvesting the proceeds into new market listings? Or should we bank these banter bags and then start new banter bags and then go on to a second bunch of winners? You tell us, guys. You tell us, guys. Whatever you want, we'll respect what you want. We will make it happen for you guys. All you need to do, like, subscribe, smash the bell button, share this content. Guys, today is a massive, massive, massive day. It's a good news day. It's a great fucking news day. Great news day, because not only, I mean, look at Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin smashing through all-time highs. Who's surprised? I'm not surprised. I said this. Today is the 13th of April. Tomorrow is the 14th of April. Tomorrow, Coinbase lists on the NASDAQ. Fred, who predicted that on the day, surprise, surprise, that Coinbase lists on the NASDAQ, there would be an all-time high for Bitcoin? Who predicted this, Freddie? I did. Do you have that tweet, man? Freddie's going to show you. There was a guy who predicted this. His prediction was spot on. Great. I said, let's take a bet that Bitcoin breaks the all-time high the day Coinbase lists next week. So it's a great news day. It looks like this. It's not going to stop. Ethereum's at an all-time high. Market cap's at an all-time high. But your portfolio is not moving because you're in the small cap gems. And the liquidity is being sucked out of the big cap gems into the small cap gems. And you know who's going to talk to us about that today? None other than Rudo. Remember Rudo from last week? Man, that guy's a genius. So what I recommend is start stretching, because that guy gets your brain into a bit of a knot. So start doing brain exercises, start stretching, get that feeling, because Rudo's going to blow our minds today. He's got some new trends for us, telling us what to buy. Then, why else is it such a good news day? Market cap is at an all-time high. Oh, I'll tell you why it's a great day today. Because Paris Hilton, she's stalking me on Twitter, guys. I don't know if you saw this, but Paris Hilton is stalking me on Twitter. Yeah, Fred, did you have that tweet? Because Paris Hilton is stalking Crypto Man Run on Hilton on Twitter. She wants a chance to win the banter bags. And then I don't know if you guys saw this yesterday on my Twitter, but Gary V has agreed to come onto Crypto Banter not once, but twice. Yeah, Gary V is coming onto Crypto Banter twice. And that's happening sometime in the next week or two. I'm not really allowed to tell you, because Gary's making 2 announcements on the show. I mean, who would have thought that on a 4-month-old crypto station, we would be attracting the likes of Gary V to break announcements on our show? Guys, I need your help for this. I really need your help for this. Why do I need your help? So Gary V's coming on. Fred, call up the first slide. Gary V's coming on. And of course, we want him to retweet. We want him to retweet the fact that he's coming on to Banter. And I think the only way we're going to get this done is if we can create a meme. And so we were messing around, but that's a great meme. But I think that you guys can do better. And I want you guys to create a meme that Gary V is actually going to tweet. So something that's so funny and so in his personality that he is actually going to retweet it. And it's got to be about him coming onto Banter. So yeah, I need your help, guys. We need to blow this. Oh, there's Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton follows me. So yeah, Paris Hilton, she is following me and stalking me on Twitter. She wants the Banter bags, apparently. That's what I'm hearing. All right, what else? Thursday. Stop the music. You know how I am gung-ho on Arweave. Like, for me, Arweave, best token in the world. So we have the founder of Arweave, Sam Williams, coming to the show on Thursday. And not only are we going to talk about the Arweave token and the blockchain and how it all works, but we're also going to be talking about the whole ecosystem around Arweave. Now, Here you guys are going to be absolutely blown away. And I'll tell you why you're going to be blown away. Because everyone refers to Arweave as a file storage protocol and compares it to Filecoin or to storage or to SIA. And I must say, I'm also quite guilty of that. But that's not what Arweave is about. Arweave is actually a web. It's a web. It's an internet. It's a web. But the data on this web gets stored forever. So if you build applications like Twitter or like YouTube or like Facebook, you are guaranteed that the data on those things is going to be stored forever. That is what Arweave is about. And Stam's going to come and talk to us about what's being built currently on the ecosystem. And I mean, I even have an idea to talk to Sam about, and we'll talk to Sam on the show, but I want to get an Arweave launchpad going because I think that this protocol is going to be one of the biggest protocols in the world. But you'll see when I bring Sam on the show, Sam's not a hype man. He's a techie. He's not a hype guy. So we, as the community, have to be the hype behind Sam. And that's what we're going to be doing the other day, on Thursday at 10 o'clock. Thursday on my show, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Cool. So that is what's going on here. And like I said to you before, the Bitcoin gold rush is really, really, really now gaining like stupid momentum. Crazy. No one could have predicted that this would happen so quickly, no matter how much we believed in Bitcoin. And I mean, I haven't been here for long. I've been here since 2015. But no matter how much we predicted that Bitcoin would grow, no one ever imagined that Bitcoin would grow this fast. And now, I think after tomorrow, we're entering a new era in Bitcoin's life cycle. And that's because tomorrow, Coinbase lists. We've been speaking about it on the show quite a lot. We spoke about Coinbase listing. We spoke about the fact that they're bigger than the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ and the parent company, which is called ICE, Intercontinental Exchanges. We also spoke about the fact that it's bigger than both of the exchanges. In fact, today, Coinbase, in terms of market cap, might actually be the biggest financial exchange in the world. A crypto exchange is the biggest exchange in the world. Who would have thought that just 10 years after Bitcoin was created, or after 11 years after Bitcoin was created, that we would get, would have an exchange, a Bitcoin exchange or a crypto exchange that's the biggest in the whole world. And I think at a price of $100 billion, I actually think the market cap of Bitcoin is going to go, the market cap of Coinbase is going to go above that. I don't think that the market cap of Coinbase is going to stay at $100 billion for two reasons. One reason is I can't imagine Coinbase coming to market and not making a huge splash. I can't imagine their market makers not making a huge splash. So my feeling is Coinbase comes to market and goes up to about $150 or $200 billion market cap. That's what my feeling is going to be. Watch this space tomorrow. Let's see what happens with Coinbase. Guaranteed the thing gets to $150 billion market cap. Let's see. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. In fact, Fred, there was a lady on CNBC. Let's have a look at that.
Does that validate, does that justify a $100 billion market cap for Coinbase?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Coinbase is actually undervalued for two reasons. One, fast-growing companies deserve a higher multiple. And as you noted in their earnings call this week, we learned that in the first quarter of this year, they did $1.8 billion in revenue. They have a run rate of $7 billion, and they're expected to earn anywhere between $8 and $10 billion in revenue in 2021. So their valuation is 10x of that. For a fast-growing company that's growing at 400% year over year, they deserve a higher multiple. I think that multiple should be closer to 15x, which would really bring it more to 150 billion valuation. Fast-growing companies deserve higher multiples to revenue, but that's only the first reason. The second reason that I think Coinbase is undervalued is because Bitcoin is undervalued, and Coinbase's performance tracks very closely with Bitcoin's performance.
So that is actually, her name is Perry Ann Boring. She's not boring at all. She was, in fact, my co-host on some shows with CNBC. She's amazing. And she hit the nail on the head by saying that what's going to happen is Coinbase is going to come to market and it's going to put all the attention on crypto. And that's going to drive the Bitcoin price up. And as the Bitcoin price goes up, so will the interest in Bitcoin, and then so will the market cap of Coinbase. So what am I saying here? I'm saying that we're entering a new stage of crypto adoption, and that happens tomorrow. If you were here before tomorrow, you're early. Anything after tomorrow, you're late. Why? Because tomorrow starts mass adoption of Bitcoin. We can already see this happening. Remember I said yesterday, Fred, what did I say yesterday about picks and shovels? There's this massive gold rush in crypto. What do you do in a gold rush? Well, there's an adage that says that in a gold rush, the people that make the most money are the people that supply the picks and shovels, the infrastructure providers. That's exactly it. And there are multiple infrastructure providers that are starting to get into this market. There are, how many, Fred? 9, 8 ETF filings? There are 9 ETF filings now, guys. 9 ETF filings. Surely the SEC cannot say no to 9 ETF filings, especially now that we've got one from Galaxy Digital. And you know what? Galaxy Digital actually has an ETF approved in Canada, which is just north of the US border. So what is the US just going to sit there and let Canada just have an ETF and not allow the same ETF in the United States? That's not going to happen. So we are in a perfect storm for Bitcoin. Tomorrow starts the new age of mass adoption where everybody starts looking at Bitcoin. Tomorrow, Bitcoin will hit an all-time high, and that all-time high will continue. And remember the cycle, guys. The cycle says, Scott Melker says it best, right, Fred? He says, Bitcoin, major altcoins, smaller altcoins, Bitcoin, major altcoins, smaller altcoins, Bitcoin. That's exactly what's going to happen. So time to start stocking up on your small caps. Time to start stocking up on your small caps. Yes, there's money to be made in the big caps. Hold the big caps, and you'll see what I'm doing on my portfolio today. But now is the time to start looking out for the small caps. Let's catch them early, and let's make as much money as we can. So tomorrow, mass adoption. At the same time, governments around the world are, they are fucking things up so badly. Look at the Turkish lira, guys. Let me show you guys something that will shock you. So this is the Turkish lira against the US dollar. So that's like charting one shitcoin against another shitcoin. So like you take one shitcoin that's going down in value and you chart it against another shitcoin, and your shitcoin goes down more than the other shitcoin. And that's what's happening in Turkey. And that's causing people to do what? To trade out of the Turkish lira and into Bitcoin. In fact, let's look at the Bitcoin in Turkey. Look at the exchange volumes in Turkey. Look what's going on in Turkey. So governments are messing up currencies, destroying economies. At the same time, Bitcoin infrastructure is being built. At the same time, Coinbase is coming to market. That's it, guys. From today is the 13th of April. From today, the 13th of April, we can say that mass adoption has hit crypto. Did you see yesterday, Jim Cramer? Did you see Jim Cramer's little tweet yesterday? Okay, he said, pay me in Bitcoin. That is in response. He said, pay me in Bitcoin, and that is in response to Michael Saylor's whole directors being paid in Bitcoin. Did you see Time Magazine? Time Magazine now, not only do they accept Bitcoin for subscriptions, but they also now have put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. They are working with Grayscale to put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. I mean, it really is Bitcoin time, guys. It really is happening. This is it. This is the biggest revolution in history. Did you guys see Saifedean? Saifedean Ammous, he's an amazing guy. He wrote the book called The Bitcoin Standard. I want to call up his tweet. Do we have that tweet, Freddie? We don't have that tweet, but he made a tweet, and that tweet was absolute gold. If you can, go and look at his Twitter, and we'll find his tweet. That's absolutely amazing. So what I'm saying is we're entering a new cycle. The new cycle starts tomorrow. Okay, it's actually started, but officially the new cycle starts tomorrow. And when new cycles start, you have to know how to trade them. And when I need to know how to trade a new cycle, what do? I bring in cycle masters. And today I'm bringing in a cycle master. His name is Rudo, and he's bouncing up and down. Who knows why? He's bouncing up and down with excitement because of what's going on in the market. Rudo, share your screen with us. Show us what's going on in the market. Rudo, we can't hear you. Have you muted yourself? There we go. Now
I think I accidentally muted myself. Yes. So I'm excited. Me and my yoga ball, we are definitely tracking these charts and enjoying it extremely, a lot. Let's rather use that word for today. So Ran, cycle charters. Let's quickly have a look at this. So we touched on a large cycle analysis the last time I was on the show. And I think let's start off with where we left off. So we looked at where Bitcoin was. Now, this is the 2017 run. And what I pointed out to you guys is that there was so many similarities. The market always rhymes, but it never repeats itself. And what was pointed out within the analysis was look at what was happening and what could follow, probably within Bitcoin's price action. Now, looking at this, let's start off with why I am so excited about it, because we have got all these sequence of events happening in line, in sequence, with the fundamentals, the technicals, everything's playing out as if it got orchestrated and by an identity somewhere. Now, just to put this in context, how orchestrated this can be, Rand, you see this little yellow line. Now, you guys learned a lot about TradingView today. And you can see that this yellow line that I've got here, what I've done is I've extended it. And I've placed it in there. And this is the axis. This is kind of the heartbeat pulse of where the market wants to move to. Now, I'm going to just move over and flip to where we are today, guys. So I'm just going to extend that. That yellow line has been extended all the way from 2017, from where we were looking at just yet, all the way to where we are today. And look and lo and behold, that it's actually running through the same emotion in the same place 4 years down the line. Now, that is significant. So if ever you wanted a little bit more evidence that the way the emotions are playing out in the market is tracking is correct, that would probably be this. And then another thing, Rand, I asked you the question the last time we were on this call. And the question was, how do you feel? Do you feel optimistic about the rally, or are you feeling the belief? And with what everything you said to me today, I believe that belief is kicking in. You know, the rally is real.
The rally is real. I'm optimistic. No, I believe it. In fact, I must say, I think today was the day where my sentiment really changed, where I went from optimistic to, okay, we're in it. There's no turning back now. I think today was the day. Is that what the charts say? Like, do the charts actually? Unbelievable.
So there we go. So now
That's
you're feeling. Yes. So look at this. There's the flip circle that I was talking about. This is the extension of the emotion. So remember, it rhymes, doesn't repeat. So it rallied up, tested it, and then it went. This one used that as a foundation to push off the rally to the extent. So I'm really excited about Bitcoin, and I'm excited about what can happen next. This push up to the belief phase. Now, early targets suggest, if we look at this and we start applying the cycle theory that we are using, that Bitcoin can rally up to as high as $88,000, which can in a matter of 3 weeks, 2 weeks max. The latest date that I would probably suggest for that to happen, if I look at my time analysis, would be as late as the 22nd of April. So let's move this line up there. Can be all the way up to that, because the extension of this, think about this mass adoption that you're talking about now, Rand. Mass adoption means just that. If there's 10 people in the room with 5 pencils and one guy gets a pencil, all of a sudden there's 9 people in the room with 4 pencils. The maths and the scale of the availability decreases extremely. Yes. So now another guy gets a pencil. Now there's 8 people with only 3 pencils. See the craze of what this parabolic rally can actually bring to the market for us.
Sure. Okay. That's a great way to portray parabolic. I've never thought about it like that, but you can see that as the pencils disappear, as the Bitcoin get bought up and get taken off exchanges, there's now 6 people, and there's 1 pencil left with 6 people in the room. And then it becomes, then the price of the pencil becomes absolutely parabolic. I've seen this one before. You know, when I saw this before, and let's see if I was right. Before the launch of the Bitcoin futures in 2017, 2018, when the CME launched the Bitcoin futures, that's when this parabolic thing happened. It was the first time Bitcoin hit $10,000. That's when it happened. That's when I felt like this the last time. And it wasn't even close. My emotions I wasn't as convinced. Let's put it that way.
That is correct. So if we mark it up, and let's quickly just draw a little trend line there. Oh, now I'm flipping through stuff. This zoomed experience of me. There we go. So there you go. There's the 10,000 area. And this ties in just right after the belief. But that's when it really starts going parabolic. And you can actually see it there.
That's the last time I felt like this. Funny, because this chart is actually really plotting my emotions. The last time I felt this confident was exactly then, and it's doing it again.
It's on its way, and it's definitely tracking that emotion. So it's something to be excited about. But we don't want to just get excited about these. We want confirmation, wouldn't we? There, Ran. And the probable best way for me to just give a little bit of a confirmation and a sweetener, and also as a foundation of where does the money want to go to, would be this little chart over here. So I'm going to flip over to this one.
I want to add Sheldon to this because I think that the
Please
sniper
do.
could learn a thing or two. Sniper, are you around? I think he's I see. Okay, Sheldon, you can learn a thing or two here, man. I know you are the sniper, but I mean, this is heavy stuff.
Right, Sheldon, let's go through this, buddy. You've probably seen these charts millions of times already, and that's so I use this tool now. Rand, this is a brilliant tool. It eliminates time, and what it does is it only prints the price movement, which leaves behind the footprints of where the big players are moving. So if you think about it, and the best analogy I can use for it is if we are everybody that's trading is standing on a soccer field, and somewhere in the middle is a whale that manipulates the price. The people that were standing next to him would be the first people to hear when he calls out those big orders. Am I correct?
Of course.
And as that news now spreads through this football field or soccer field or rugby field, it becomes like a ripple effect. And more people FOMO on it. And now think about that whale. Now you're standing and seeing how everybody around you is batting at trying to get to that price that you're buying. You can use that to sell into. And that's what the big players do. And this is what that chart prints. It shows me when they are actually playing yo-yo with us, using this ripple effect to buy, so everybody buys in, and then sell on you, and then it falls back down. So when it does that, it leaves these little impressions where we say that there's imbalances in the market. Now, once price rallies up, remember I said when I was on the call last week, I see Bitcoin going down to the 58-ish, there about 55, even as low as that level. And that was to literally fill up this imbalance at this range. And from that point onwards, if we look at this whole accumulation of how the price form progressed to where we are, there's no more liquidity left. There's no more play for these whales to play. Therefore, if everybody wants a pencil, they're now going to have to pay more. The whales have done playing musical chairs with those pencils. So this is the best confirmation strategy that I use. And Sheldon, you'll probably be able to attest the accuracy percentage of this chart. You know, it is something insanely crazy.
No, it's brilliant. And it works perfectly with the support. It's crazy how we got different terms, but the strategy is just aligned beautifully.
Okay. So what we're saying is, guys, we are about to go into Coinbase lists tomorrow. Bitcoin's about to go on a massive run. How do we play this? Do we buy Bitcoin now? You know, what's the strategy? What's your strategy? Are you buying Bitcoin? Are you not buying? Are you waiting? Because it's all very well that we have this gut feel the charts are telling us that things are going to go up, but what do we do?
So for me, Ran, I'm itching to buy Bitcoin, but not yet, because I still see that there's still money to be made, more money over Bitcoin. So it's the important things. If I own something, I want to be making dollars, yes, but I want to be making Bitcoin because and Ethereum, because those are way more important at the end of the day. So I look at the dominance in relation to the market, and what I do is I've got a little chart that I usually print out to just track the alt season. Now, Sheldon has extensively explained how the alt season works. But for me, what I want to do is I'm looking at this on a little bit of a bigger scale, and I'm just going to flip over to the dominance.
What's the top chart and what's the bottom chart? So the top chart.
So the top chart is my Bitcoin. So it pans all the way back to 2017, marked out all the alt seasons and the significant information that we would need to trade those, because that's when we want to be. We want to be in Bitcoin when it's performing its best, and we want to be in the alts when they are performing at their best. So now let's move on to a little bit closer zoom to where we are now. And so currently this is from the 6th of February to where we are today. And I'm going to do exactly the same, but with a dominance, I just want to paint a little bit of a picture. And so if we look at this, and this was a coin that you would be trading, Rand. Simply put, You break through, you test support. You break through, you test support. You didn't make a higher high. Now we worry. And that's how it normally works. So now what is the dominance doing? We had a high, we had a low, we had a lower high, and we're making a lower low. So we're tracking down. But how do we confirm that? At some stage where there was significant price action, which was over here, let me just get my pencil, which was over there, and which was over there, and over there. We need price to go back and test that, just to confirm that, hey, we're good to go. And with that movement, I see the larger cap alts going ballistic. Now, in the same way that I've been tracking these emotions, I've been tracking the Bitcoin dominance and the play on these emotions in the same sequence. And they all line up. They've been lining up picture by picture play through the whole system. So that's what I see. And just to maybe lay a little bit of confidence behind that saying, because I mean, we are all saying Bitcoin's entering this new era. And now I'm saying don't hold Bitcoin, you know, as a trader, not as an investor. Don't hold Bitcoin, which means that, you know, I kind of sound a little crazy to myself. But let me show you why. So I've pulled up charts, and this chart was provided to me by my dear friend Lee. And what this chart basically shows is where the big money goes to first. So when we want to look and identify areas, we can start looking at trends forming, and then we can start looking for coins within that area, within that discipline, within the crypto market. And for me, it's the smart contracts at this stage. You can see that it's been tracking down nicely, and I can see that we've broken through a serious resistance, and that is turned in support. And as you can see, we are trending up strong. So for me, I'm itching in that area.
So buy smart contract platforms. You're saying that's a trend that's about to happen. Which smart contract platforms?
So for me, I've got a couple of favorites lined out. So I'm going to bring them over for you guys. So what I do is when I investigate a coin, I like to apply the Wyckoff theory. I think that is probably the strongest theory. But I'm not going to bore you today with theory. But what is significant, guys, is what I want to show you guys. And you've now learned the tools to do just that. To draw a trend line on the way down, to draw a horizontal ray on the horizontal accumulation, and to see how the gains are. Once it breaks out, we want to buy. And this specific one, as you can see with the gains that ran, gave us 309% on a simple analysis. But now let's start looking at smart contract coins. Here's ontology. So now I've decluttered it, took away all the noise. And what do we have? We've got ontology that trended down significantly. Now, when these projects trend down significantly like this, what we normally get is a long accumulation. Accumulation, farming stage. Coins are getting absorbed by players that know what is the potential and has the patience to let the money lie for a long period of time. We, normal general public, we want to be hustling. We want to be in the trade that's working today and every day. So we tend to overlook these coins while they run. But now I think it's the best time for us to start getting in on them, because the accumulation is done. It's getting ready to go. And evidence of that is probably shown within the recent gains. So looking at the dominance, to take you back to the dominance.
Time again. Let's talk about what you'd buy quickly, what you'd buy. We've got 2 or 3 minutes. So let's see what you can do in 2 or 3 minutes. Show us
sorry there, so I'll definitely jump in on ontology. My buy area, I'll give it over to Sheldon. Sheldon will be charting them for you guys. He is a sniper at this, so let's use the sniper for that reason. And the next project that I will be looking at is NEO as well. Now, what is significant? I said to you guys, we want to have coins that make us Bitcoin. Look at NEO. NEO has been tracking up against Bitcoin very good. So I see a little bit of a downside short term. When we break out, NEO is going to be giving us Bitcoin. So my next coin would be NEO. The same goes for NEO versus Ethereum. It's going to be giving us dollars and those big coins that we all sought after. Then Cardano. Sadly, Cardano is already flying as we are on this webinar. So I was hoping that I'm hoping for a retrace and maybe a second attempt. Sheldon, you'll grab that for us and maybe give us a nice entry on that should we get that rejection. But Cardano is also setting up. The money is shifting into the smart contracts, guys. Cardano,
NEO, ontology. Amazing that 2 of those 3 are effectively what we call Chinese blockchains. So ontology and NEO are both what we can call Chinese plays or plays into the Asian market. So very, very, very interesting. Rudo, anything else that you're watching before I let you go? I mean, I know we are running out of time. And we do have a massive segment next where effectively I'm taking off my pants and I'm showing everybody my portfolio. But I mean, let's do one more. Come on, let's do one more. You've got us all here.
One more. So you're talking about Chinese. I've got a coin here, and let me just take the F11 gone. Why is this doing it to me? Now I've got technical failure. I've got a coin here, and it's called the DOS. And it's basically an early competitor to the Chinese or a Chinese version of Link. So it doesn't reinvent the market as such. But what I see is, if you want to time travel back in time and buy a Link before everybody has adopted it and mainstream it, this would be that version. It's gone through the same accumulation. It's given us higher highs with each and every rally, and it's given us higher lows with each and every scare in the market. And currently it's sitting right above that sign of support level. So DOS at a 12, between $14 to a $12 level would be a sweetheart buy for a hold to maybe 6 to 8 months.
So you're saying 14 cents. You're saying 14 cents.
Yeah, 12 to 14 cents.
Between 14 cents and 12. But I'll hand this over to our sniper, and then he will make sure that you guys get that trade.
Okay, well, hand it over to
I got
both.
some homework.
Because the DOS is one that I actually don't know. So I'm going to actually try and do some homework for the guys on DOS and take it from there. Listen, Rudo, first of all, I want to say that once a week is not enough. So we need to see each other more often. I think the community would agree. Second of all, thank you, because you really do bring something that we don't see here. If anybody wants to follow you, Chart Artist, right? You're at Chart Artist on Twitter.
Yeah, the chart artist.
The Chart Artist on Twitter. All right, Fred, we'll drop that in the chat. Rudo, we're going to speak to you to try and get you on more often because, man, every time you speak, it's like I have an orgasm of the mind. We need to do this much more often, my friend.
It's a pleasure, buddy. Cheers, everybody.
Thank you. Much love to you. Sheldon, much love to you, my friend. Let's stay on. I mean, we don't know. There might be an opportunity for us to do some charts, but right now I want to get into the feature of today. And that is the part where effectively I reveal what's in my portfolio. And I've said to you guys, I was very nervous of doing this because my portfolio is not perfect. And I figured, should I show it to you? Shouldn't I show it to you? And I decided to show it. And I'll tell you why. Because sometimes your portfolio also won't be perfect. And the idea is to know how to trade and how to fix that. And so today, I want to talk to you guys about my crypto portfolio. We're going to do this over 3 parts because my portfolio is quite big and I really want you to understand why I've got each token in my portfolio. We're going to start off today with the first part of my portfolio. And that is the big part of my portfolio. In order to understand the logic behind my portfolio, you need to understand how to build a crypto portfolio. And for me, when it comes to building a crypto portfolio, there are really 4 points or 4 rules that I follow. There's a process that I follow. And so let me call that up for you guys. So the first thing that you need to do, you need to allocate an amount of your total money, your total assets to crypto. And you need to be responsible about that amount. Because as much as we're all obsessed with crypto and crypto's got momentum, things can go wrong. We can get into bear markets. I would be a little bit overweight now in crypto. So whatever you think you need to put in, maybe put a little bit more because I think we're about to go parabolic. But remember, even a small part of your wealth put into crypto could 10x itself quite quickly. And I'm going to show that to you in my portfolio. The second thing that I do is I create a vision, a plan. Before I invest $1, before I put $1 to work, I actually create an investment plan. It's a piece of paper where I say, where do I actually want to be? Then I build a portfolio. But that's not enough because once you build a portfolio, remember tokens go up and tokens go down all the time. And so what you need to do is you need to rebalance your portfolio regularly. So very, very, very quickly for the newbies, for the guys building portfolios, find an amount in crypto, an amount that you're not going to be stressed about, but a significant amount. Because gone are the days where this is a speculative, about to fail asset class. Then create a portfolio plan, a vision. Then build your portfolio and then rebalance regularly. So I've got my amount and I started off, I must be honest, I started off with 1% of my wealth in 2015. 1% of my wealth. That 1% of my wealth effectively doubled my wealth. Yeah, you're hearing it right. The 1% that I invested in crypto, 100x'd itself, and now the 1% is actually bigger, or I think the 1% that I invested is actually bigger than my entire asset base that I had before. So take small amounts that you won't feel and invest them in this fast-growing asset class. Then I built a plan. And I think I've showed you guys the plan before. I showed you guys the vision. I had a vision for my crypto portfolio, and I said, my crypto portfolio will be 50% HODL coins, 35% 10x gems with network effect, and 15% will be crazy, ridiculous, speculative, life-changing money gems. So that was my portfolio. I mapped it out on my vision board, and I was ready to rock and roll. What does it actually look like today? It's not going according to plan. So instead of having 50% in my HODL coins, I've now got 42. My 10x gems have exploded, and my 1000x gems have really exploded. So my portfolio may at some stage need a rebalancing. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So I said to you guys, I'm going to break up this discussion into 3 parts. The first part is I want to show you guys my HODL portfolio. Tomorrow we'll do the next part of my portfolio, which is my 10x portfolio. And then on Thursday, we will do the 100x portfolio, the speculative ones. And you can see what I'm holding in my portfolio. Now, I'm only including coins that I haven't made a conscious decision to sell, because I don't want to confuse you guys with coins that anyway I'm dumping. That's part of my last month's rebalance. So let's start off with my HODL portfolio. And remember, the HODL portfolio is a safe portfolio. It's a one-way bank account. So once money goes into the HODL portfolio, it never, ever comes out, ever, except for the US dollars. They are the US dollars that I'm going to invest. And so the first part of my portfolio, I had a vision to be 50% in the HODL portfolio. My reality, not looking as good. Only 42% is in my HODL portfolio. What does my HODL portfolio look like? The first part of my HODL portfolio is, of course, the master, Bitcoin. You have to have Bitcoin in your HODL portfolio. So what I wanted to show you guys is that the first time that I bought Bitcoin, Bitcoin was trading at $570. That's when I started buying Bitcoin. The last time that I bought Bitcoin was at $55,800. And 15% of my entire portfolio is now sitting in Bitcoin at an average price of $10,400. So if you take all the times that I averaged up and bought, since my first purchase of Bitcoin, my last purchase at 55,800, 15.2% of my portfolio is sitting in Bitcoin at an average price of 10,400. Not bad. That is what I said to you. Take a small part of your portfolio and just keep buying Bitcoin. I buy Bitcoin on the X day of every month, and I don't look at the price anymore. I just buy. When I make profits in altcoins and I put them in a HODL portfolio, I immediately put them in the HODL portfolio without looking at price. I make money on a shitcoin. I take the money and I invest it in Bitcoin, and I do not look at the price. If I'm buying it at all-time high, I don't give a shit. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Profit is profit. So that is why I've got Bitcoin in my portfolio. Fred, have we got the cashometer? I want to show the guys the cashometer. Let's not call it up just yet, but let's make sure we have it on hand because it might shock you. So the first coin in my portfolio, Bitcoin, my average price, 10,400. My first price, 570. My last entry, 58,800. And the next coin in my portfolio is, of course, well, you know what it is. Come on, you know what it is. Ethereum. You have to have Ethereum in your portfolio. The first time I bought Ethereum was at $9. I think it was 2017. Just after the ICO. The last time I bought Ethereum was at $2,150. 7% of my portfolio sits at Ethereum, and my average cost on my Ethereum today is $336. That is where I'm at. Why am I holding Ethereum? Because Ethereum may win the smart contract battle. It's part of my HODL portfolio. I buy Ethereum every month. I do it all the time. Every time I sell a shitcoin and I take profits, I put some into Bitcoin, some into Ethereum, and then, of course, I put some into this one. Let me see if I'm caught up for you guys. Okay, I put money into Cardano. I started buying Cardano really, really early. I bought it at like 3 cents. And the last time I got in was actually not so long ago when I told you guys to get in on the dip at $1.15. Cardano makes up 4% of my portfolio. And my average price on Cardano now is about 47 cents. Why am I buying Cardano? Because I think that in the smart contract game, if you understand the tech behind Cardano, you have to hold Cardano. Do I think that I have enough Cardano? I think that 4% of my portfolio is a little low. I'd like to try and get that up, but I'm going to get that up as they start rolling out their smart contract and Gogan and all of those things. I have very little doubt that Cardano is going to be one of the biggest players in the blockchain space. I have very, very, very little doubt. Why? I've said it to you guys before. Cardano is not in the race. They have an unbelievable founder who has been a spokesperson and has rallied and created an amazing community. Their technology is unparalleled. If you look at Cardano's technology, yesterday we had Mark from Ocam, and go listen to yesterday's show, and he'll tell you why we buy Cardano. So yes, I want to increase the amount of Cardano in my portfolio. Let's move on. What else am I holding? DOT. You have to buy DOT. Now look at DOT. I was late to the DOT party. I started buying it at $5. My average price is $18, and only 3% of my portfolio is in DOT. Only 3% of my entire portfolio sits today in DOT. I want to get that up. And I'm showing you how. How am I going to get that up? You see that 42% of my portfolio is in the HODL portfolio. That means that to get to my vision, I need to move money from my other portfolios into my HODL portfolio. When I do, I'm going to buy more DOT and I'm going to buy more Cardano. And I'm also banking on DOT and Cardano going up a hell of a lot. And the last one that I'm buying is, of course, Chainlink. So Chainlink I've been buying since $4. And I keep buying and keep buying and keep buying. My average price there is also about $18. And about 2.3% of my portfolio is in that one. Why? Because Chainlink hasn't had a run yet. Cardano's had a run. DOT's had a run. Bitcoin's had a run. But Chainlink hasn't had a run. So I think that if we start talking about this portfolio in a month, you'll see that if I don't even touch the portfolio, the Chainlink will go up to 3 or 4%. Let's see if I'm right. So that is what the HODL portfolio looks like. And the last big part of my HODL portfolio is, of course, US dollars. Right now, 12% of my entire crypto portfolio is in US dollars. Why? Simple. I am expecting a pullback. Markets cannot carry on going up forever. And when there is a pullback or when there is an opportunity to invest in a 100x gem, I need to have dry powder. If I want to, imagine if I didn't have cash on hand and the opportunity came up to invest in a pre-market listing or in a market correction, where would I get the money from? I can't sell alts now. My small cap alts have been hit hard, like your small cap alts. I can't sell them. So where would I get money from? That's why no matter how bullish I am, no matter how bullish the market is, I've always got dry powder to invest. You know when I don't have dry powder to invest? When I'm bearish about the market. When I'm bearish about the market, I don't have dry powder to invest because that's when I put all my money to work. When I'm bullish, I take profits. So I think that if we talk again in a week or 2 weeks, I think that this cash meter is going to start moving much closer towards 20% of my portfolio. And I'm going to have 20% in cash to capitalize on other opportunities. So let's look at it once more. This is my HODL portfolio. My HODL portfolio represents 43% of my entire crypto holdings. Those are the tokens. That's the entry price. And unfortunately, I'm holding a shitcoin in my portfolio called the US dollar. Right now, my HODL portfolio is not where I want it to. And that is the importance of having a strategy. And in my strategy, I've allocated an amount to crypto. I'm not going to put any more money in crypto. I had an amazing portfolio plan. My plan looked like this. Now I'm executing the plan. I built the portfolio, but prices have moved. And so my portfolio doesn't look like my plan. And so what am I going to do now? I'm going to start rebalancing my portfolio. That portfolio plan is the most important thing in the world. And I'll tell you why. If a bear market comes tomorrow, what do you think that's going to look like? 50% of my money is safe. It's in Bitcoin, Ethereum, DOT. 35% is in tokens that have the network effect, and 15% is in the speculative gems. If the bear market comes tomorrow, everything will suffer, but especially the speculative gems. And I'm not that exposed. So guys, that's my portfolio. That's my HODL portfolio. Tomorrow, we start a new segment, which is my 10x portfolio. And I think you're going to have a lot of fun with my 10x portfolio. In fact, let me read you some of the names. And you guys, let's see if you guys can guess the percentage holdings. So let me just quickly open this. Okay, so I'm going to read out some names in the portfolio. So Arweave is a big part of my portfolio. What percentage of my portfolio, my total crypto portfolio, do you think currently sits in Arweave? Let me give you some other ones. EGLD. Another one, Celsius. Kusama. What do you think the ratios are? And let me tell you, when you see this tomorrow, you will see that there are some tokens that you wouldn't believe are in my 100x portfolio. You wouldn't believe it. And then on Thursday is the most exciting one. I know that's the one that you guys will want because you're all DeFi degens and you guys want to know where the 1000x gems are. So yeah, that is going to happen on Thursday. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much. Remember, we do have hold on a second. We do have 249 days to retirement. And I've got Fred screaming on my ear. So Fred, what's up? Oh, Fred says, don't forget about your sponsors. Don't forget about your sponsors. So let me quickly log in and thank our sponsors. And as you guys know, I don't really like having sponsors on the show unless I really think that the sponsors can add value to my community. And I know that a lot of you guys aren't confident yet in investing and in making your own investment decisions and are not comfortable enough to effectively manage your own portfolios for the larger amount. So one of the options that you have is to use things like PrimeXBT, where you can follow other traders. So one button, you can follow other traders. How does it work? Well, you choose a trader. So in this case, it's this guy called AlphaStone. His total return is 1,210%. He has put $6,300 of his own money in, and in it, his followers have put in $319,000. And you can see all the statistics. So if you are one of these people that want to follow other people, PrimeXBT is an amazing platform. There is in the link, there is a description with a coupon code. When you enter the Crypto Banter coupon code, not only do you support the channel, which will effectively just give that money back to you guys because we don't want the money. We want to give the money back to our community. But you also get some great discounts. You get 50% deposit bonus. You get 25% off your fees. So worth a look. PrimeXBT, use the referral link at the bottom. All the money we make from the referrals go back to the community. We don't want that money. We want you guys to make money. We'll put it into more banter bags because I think that that's where you guys are really going to make the money. So anything else, Freddie? Okay, so remember, guys, I need your help. Please don't forget, if you guys have got meme design skills, I need something that Gary Vee is actually going to tweet. I need something that he's going to tweet and say, hey, I'm so excited to be on Crypto Man Run Show on Banter. Help. Come on, guys. I know you guys are designers. We got some amazing fan mail. Fred, do you have the fan mail? You do have it. Oh, you don't have it. Okay, tomorrow we'll show you guys some fan mail. But there was one specific one that I want you guys to see, and that was from a 70-year-old person. It was a really, really touching fan mail. We'll show it to you guys tomorrow. Remember also on Thursday, Arweave is coming on the show. Sam Williams from Arweave is coming on the show. Don't miss this because if you miss this, you don't understand what Arweave does. And if you understand what Arweave does, you've got a head start on the rest of the community. So don't miss this Arweave segment. Trust me, I had a chat to Sam yesterday. I listened to some of the stuff that is happening on the protocol. It is absolutely mind-blowing. Cool. Oh, hold on. Fred says he's got something for us. What do you got? Beware of the scammers. Guys, we are not these people in the comments. So when you go to the comments and you see these people telling you to WhatsApp them, that's not us. Don't give them money. A lot of you guys have given them money. In fact, Sheldon Evans said, the other YouTuber, said that he found $240 million in a scammer's account. And I actually can believe that. So guys, be careful on that. Be careful. Don't give these scammers money. We know who they are. We've tracked their IP addresses, but there's nothing we can do about them. Cool. So I will see you again tomorrow. If you want to win the banter bags, give us one last bit of love, one last like and subscribe. I see there's 5,000 of you still watching and 3,000 likes, which means the rest of you don't get the banter bags, don't get the entries, and aren't going to retire at the end of this bull market. It's just as simple as that. So I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 10 a.m. EST. Big show tomorrow, surprise guest. Until then, my friends, if you're trading, enjoy this market, but look after yourselves. Trade well, my friends.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do